We are recording.
Okay, this is what I call the bow cap. I don't really know the correct terminology for it. Where the bow cap has the center stiffener, and it's supposed to all come to a point here at the top of the stem. That piece is all missing through there. On the port side of the bow cap, we've got an extensive split. Runs maybe 12 inches on the main crack and extends past there on a third crack, another 4 inches. Maybe 16, 18 inches total worth. That's a fairly wide split. On this side we don't have a crack, but it has started to separate from the gunnel rail, which indicates to me that this may have taken a pretty severe impact at some time to try to spread those apart like that. We got some Phillips screws in here. I don't know if these are factory. They kind of look factory, except they don't. I don't know what's going on with those. This is not a solid brass plaque. It's a little piece of stamped brass. You can see that it's flexing a little bit. I can get my fingernail in behind it. It's just a little piece that was stamped in some kind of a press. A little badge. The inside here, starting with the nice rounded forms, starts to taper off in the bilge areas into almost a triangular shape. It's got a nice solid stiffener, runs all the way up the center. It's shown some deterioration, but I don't know how bad that is. There's some paint flaking off, but the wood feels solid. It's not like I can flake the wood apart easily. We're just doing the starboard side primarily because it's in the sunlight right now. You can see the gaps all over the place. I don't know these fasteners. I don't know if those are original, because there seems to be one in every single. I think that they're all probably original. No guarantees on that. Some very minor cracking right in here. You'll see it gets worse in other places. Lots of gaps. I keep seeing these little plugs. Something's filled something up here. I don't know what that all represents yet. The seat appears to be very solid. All original planks and struts. We got 2 cracks here on the starboard side, just above here. Some small splitting here. The thwarts are very solid, starting to crack slightly. Back here we end up with a lot of cracks. It gets bad. We got a full length crack right here. Some full length cracks in the center. We got some smaller ones up in here. Still lots of gaps in the planks. We got a longitudinal crack split here in this particular plank. Some more cracks, multiple cracks along in here, up on the side. I call this the turn of the bilge, the top of the turn. The way that these are pressed in makes me think that maybe somebody was standing in here or stepping in this while it was on land, which is something you're never supposed to do. This is probably water related here. There's a lot of cracks through this area where water sat or collected or something like that. I really don't know, but that's what it appears in. I'm not a wood guy, but that's what I think. More cracks underneath this thwart. Some cracks in the center here under this thwart. Still moving along the port side aft. Got some more slight cracking here. Some more of these little plugs. Some cracking close to the center. A couple minor cracks up here under the gunnel rail. Back along here. What did you do, get the cat in there? Along here we got all of these. We got one of these little planks that belongs here that's an aftermarket. It hasn't been rolled and rounded really nice. It's the wrong shape all the way around. But it's solid enough that it'd work. It probably wouldn't hurt your butt too much.
Larger screw.
Larger screw. We got a patch down here that is pretty much the same location as one of those big ugly patches that had a whole bunch of brass nails from the outside. This is just forward of the leading edge of the seat, the rear seat. This is an ugly square patch that's been put in there. After that, I don't see much in the way of damage. We come back along through here. We got the same copper or brass Phillips screws holding this piece of trim in place. The ones up this, a little split here where somebody over tightened this one maybe. And then the stern cap appears to be in pretty good shape. Top all the way, everything looks good. There's some very minor checking here. A little bit of a split starting. All the way to a point. It's a little rounded off at the point. It's not perfect. And that's the starboard side. And we're going to turn this around and get the port side in. Try to get some light shining in there.